Welcome to another episode of Top Comic Stories, where I share to you the most intriguing and interesting comic stories from both Marvel and DC Comics this week. So if you don't have the time to read comic books anymore, hopefully this short video would be enough to cover the best comic stories this week. Grab a snack, seat back, and enjoy. Wolverine discovers a metal that Adamantium can't cut. Adamantium is considered to be one of the strongest metals in Marvel Comics, which surprised Wolverine when he can't slice a Hell-forged metal. In X-Force number 13, Wolverine is on a mission to find a special sword called Muramasa Blades. While battling ninjas from the Hand organization, Wolverine is overpowered and falls into hell. There, he loses all his flesh, leaving only his adamantium skeleton. When he wakes up, Wolverine is in a cell with a mutant named Solem. Wolverine tries to break out by slicing at the bars with his claws, but it doesn't work because the bars are made from hellfire. Solem tells him it's no use. They eventually figure out a clever way to escape without using brute strength. This little scene shows that even Wolverine's adamantium claws can't always solve every problem, especially when it comes to mystical stuff. DC officially rips off Marvel's TVA. The Time Variance Authority, or TVA, is the organization that controls variants in the Marvel's multiverse. And now, DC debuts their own. In Blue Beetle number 7, Booster Gold asks Jaime Reyes to assist in rescuing Ted Kord after his essence is scattered across different eras of DC history. However, Blue Beetle's adventure is monitored by several heroes like the Heckler and Gnort. Later, Lobo takes Jaime to their boss, Johnny DC, the continuity cop. Johnny DC gives Blue Beetle a warning for having a confusing origin story, but allows him to leave if Jaime agrees to minimize the changes to his story. After being released, Jaime found Ted, who gave him a warning of what's to come. Iron Man returns in a gruesome fashion. Tony Stark was rescued by his buddy Captain America in a previous issue, and all that remains was his head. In Avengers Twilight number 4, Tony experiences a life-changing moment. For years, he's been trapped in the raft, watching his country change for the worse, and seeing his son James under the sway of someone evil, unable to do anything about it. Thanks to Captain America's rescue and Thor charging his canister, Tony is finally awake and piecing things together. He's even managed to make a new body for himself and become Iron Man once more, with a fresh red suit of armor. While he's not completely back to normal, it's progress in the right direction. The Avengers went back to their old mansion, where they discover Tony's son is under the influence of the Red Skull. This may be Superman's most humiliating defeat. The Green Lantern Corps came to Earth to arrest Superman for his crimes after Lois Lane and their unborn child's deaths. Superman's regime fought back, and he faced off against Kilowog, a lantern who couldn't touch him. Superman explained that he moved faster than Kilowog could think, making thought-based attacks useless. Suddenly, Superman collapsed, seeing Chip, a Green Lantern resembling a squirrel, hovering over him. Chip used his powers to stop Superman's brain synapses from firing. Although Chip was later killed along with most of the Corps, it was an epic moment. Did you know that Sabretooth has a shape-shifting variant? Meet Camo, the Sabretooth variant who killed an Omega-level mutant. Last but not least among the Sabretooth variant soldiers introduced in the Sabretooth War. Camo's original universe is Earth 33,441. Camo can shapeshift, but Sabretooth explains that his powers go beyond just changing his looks. Camo can even copy the smell of the person he's copying, which means he could trick even Wolverine. Camo did trick X-23 into thinking he is Wolverine, so fooling Wolverine himself will be an easy task for Camo. However, Earth 616's Victor Creed is still stronger than Camo, so he's still the top Sabretooth among all the variants. But among Creed's soldiers, especially the headless cyborgs, Camo might be the deadliest. The Flash loses his power. Wally West is the fastest man alive, but when his Speed Force powers were taken from him, he becomes something else. In JLA Act of God, Wally feels guilty because he couldn't save a cop from a bullet when he usually could. Losing his powers right at that moment, Flash and a team of other depowered heroes form the Phoenix Squad. They train with Batman, Robin, and Nightwing to be more than just their powers. At first, Wally leaves the team thinking he's useless without his powers, but he comes back with a new look and skills. Now he's got martial arts, bravery, a trident staff, and even some speed left. He wears a half-face helmet with wing-like shapes that almost look like horns, while his costume keeps the red and yellow colors. Superman battles his opposite in an unexpected location. Bizarro is Superman's opposite and could take control of Superman at any second. In Action Comics number 1063, Superman confronts the remaining piece of Bizarro inside his head. Even though it's just a small part of Bizarro, his magical boost allows him to defeat Superman multiple times, weakening Clark's hold on his thoughts. Eventually, Bizarro triumphs over Superman and manages to take over Superman's body. But with the help of Bizarro Joker, Clark fights back and regains control. While Bizarro is defeated, a tiny part of him still lingers. Looking in the mirror, Clark sees Bizarro's reflection, urging him to embrace his dark side and be Bizarro. Thanos just created a new infinity gem. Originally, there were 6 gems: the space, mind, soul, reality, time, and power stone. But now Thanos has just forged the 7th gem. It's revealed that Death wanted to understand humans better, so she asked the Illuminati to turn her into a human named Christine Collins. Thanos gets mad because Death became mortal. The Mad Titan fights the Illuminati and destroys Death's mortal body Christine, finally revealing Death's true form. In Thanos number 4, the Mad Titan traps Death inside a new Infinity Stone he created. Now, there's a new Infinity Stone called the Death Stone that possesses the power of death. This new stone will join alongside the original 6 stones that shape the Marvel Universe. Why is Captain America's shield transparent? The new look also comes with a jaw-dropping extra new power. Steve gets taken to the world of change agents by a mysterious lady named Lyra. They go to this wrecked place called the Pale City, which got destroyed by Lyra's brother. Lyra tells Steve that something big and important is about to happen in history, and her brother is going to try to mess things up for humans again. Then boom, Cap's suddenly wearing his old-school superhero outfit with a see-through shield. Lyra explains that they're in the middle of a big fight, and the reason Cap's shield is all clear and shiny is because it soaked up energy from a demon named Asmodee that Cap had just beaten. Joker reveals his true mission. Batman and Joker's whole dynamic just got flipped on its head thanks to a wild revelation. In Batman issue 145's backup story, Doctor's Orders, Joker spills the beans on his obsession with Batman's Zur-En-Arrh persona, which is basically Batman's ultra-dark side. Turns out Joker's been pulling all these crazy stunts to bring out Zur-En-Arrh because he's been itching for a showdown with him. Now that Zur-En-Arrh's out and about, Joker's not in any shape to deal with him. With Joker's back broken and Zur-En-Arrh in an indestructible body, things are about to get real messy in the DC universe. Wolverine debuts a new Venomized uniform. While Wolverine has previously worn the Venom symbiote, he's never appeared as terrifying as he does now. In What If Venom number 2, Sabretooth enters a bar carrying a secure package on his back. Coincidentally, Wolverine is already in the bar having a drink. Victor Creed has stolen a symbiote and plans to sell it to the highest bidder. When Logan learns of Sabretooth's villainous deeds, he decides to intervene and confront him. During their fight, Wolverine cuts open the bag, letting the Venom symbiote escape and merge with him. With Wolverine's healing powers, the symbiote fully heals and completely takes over his body, trapping Wolverine inside his own mind and reverting him back to his Weapon X state. While the Venom symbiote enjoys its powerful new host, Wolverine battles to regain control inside his own head. Eventually, he overcomes his struggles, cuts out a hole for him to escape the Venom symbiote, and seizes control of his body. More stories to come next week. Subscribe so you don't miss the episode when it drops.